Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Very good afternoon to you all. Today again I am engaging the Darshana topic itself. Last classes we completed 4 Darshanas, that is Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya and Vaisheshika. Today I am taking a Mimamsa Darshana, that is Purva Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa, before going to that Darshana, we should know the Vedas properly. Without understanding the Vedas, we cannot understand the Purva Mimamsa and Vedanta. So both darshanas need a knowledge about the Vedas also. So Vedas, we all know that these all are 4 in number. So that is Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. So before knowing about Vedas, so we should have the study according to these Vedas. According to 2 ways we can study these Vedas. One is Prachina Paddhati and Arvachina Paddhati. Prachina Paddhati means by reading our Itihasa, the history of the Indian histories like Puranas, Puranas, Upanishads and all. By reading those, we come to know about the topics related to Vedas, what all the explanation will get. This is the Prachina Paddhati. Arvachina Paddhati means the books written by the foreigners. Almost in olden days, so many people are attracted to the Indian culture, no? So that time they came and understood the tattvas explained in the darshanas, what all the paddhatis, what all the culture we are having. So everything they used to like, and they wrote in the books, their books. From that study also we can understand the Veda. So Prachina Paddhati and Arvachina Paddhati, in 2 ways we can study the Vedas. So this, by reading this Vedas, we will get the Ishta Prapti, what all the desires which we are having. So Ishta Prapti will take place, and Anishta Pariharartha. So Anishta, which is not good for us, because main aim of Purusha is Dharmartha Kama Moksha. So ultimate aim is Moksha Prapti only, no? So to achieve these 4 goals, we need to know about the important things explained in the darshanas, Bharatiya darshanas. Because of that only we'll get the Atma Jnana, Atma Sakshamat. Once we get, means we'll get the moksha. So Ishta Prapti and Anishta Pariharartha Veda Patana is necessary. So Vedas are said as the Nitya and Apaurushaya. Apaurushaya means it is not written by any Purushas. Apaurushaya. So Apaurushaya means some people believe that Ishvara is the writer. But when we study Mimamsa, no, they not believe the Ishvara Tattva, they believe the Apurva or Shakti. One Shakti is there, so and Apurva, who is the Apaurushaya. It is written by not written by the Manushya. That Purusha is not written here. So Vedas are Apaurushaya. So Vedas, if you see the definition, Mantra Brahmanatmako Vedaha. So means Vedas are nothing but the mantra and Brahmana. Brahmana here, it is not the caste here. Brahmana means Brahmadhyana, the proper ultimate knowledge, the true knowledge. So the Vedas are the combination of mantras and the Brahmana, Brahmadhyana. Mantras like a Devasuti, the Mangalacharana, what mantras will do, no? Patana of the any different devatas, which we like, will believe that some gods different names, no? So for them we are having the different mantras. So that we are studying that mantra, it will say explaining about the Devata Stuti and all. So that will be having meaningful mantras we are studying. So Brahmana is the granthas which help us to know the Atma Jnana. So it can be like a Hotra, that is Agni Hotra, Homa Havana, that 4 Rutvija we call. So to do the Yajna Adhishtana, so Yajna Agadi. In olden days, you might have saw the mythological stories and all, no? There you will come to know so olden days, Rishi Munis used to do the Homa Havanas. With the help of that Homa Havana only, the Devatas will get the energy, it seems. So because of that only, the Rishi Munis will be doing the Homa Havanas. Even by performing the Homa Havana, the surrounding environment will be cleansings, because of we are using the very useful kashtas in the preparation yoga or havana methods. So that will helping in the like sterilization also we can think. So that's why in olden days we are not having that much serious diseases. Presently how we are suffering with the coronavirus, no, that and all because of we are not performing all those havana and homas. If we perform this havana, that too with using the proper kashtas, which are having the capacity to kill the microbes. So that is definitely help us to maintain the health of the persons. So even not only this is giving the energy to the devata, also helps the maintain the mental health of the people and their sharirika physical also it will used to help. So in olden days they used to do the homa havanas, that is called as the hota, that is one of the rutvija. To do the yajna agadi anushtana we need these 4 factors. So hota, udgata means geeta, padya rupa gadyas. During homa havana we used to say mantra patana, also some of the sangeeta that which is devata stuti we used to pray, no? So those all things come to udgata. Then advayu means the proper vidhi vidana, the rules and regulation which we have to follow, that comes under advaryu. The last one rutvija is brahma. So some are the rules they have mentioned, we should not do any action there, so just we have to sit and watch. By doing that also you will get the knowledge, that is 4th rutvija. So these are the 4 rutvija comes under brahmana. Mantra and brahmana are the 2 combinations of the Vedas. Vedas tell about these 2, mantra and brahmana. So this mantra samudaya we can classify into 4 samhita, that is Ruk Samhita, Sama Samhita, Yaju Samhita and Atharva Samhita. So like Vedas we studied, that is named as the Samhitas here. So Ruk Samhita means it is a mainly mantras we are seeing in this Ruk Samhita, for which is helpful for the Hotra means Agnihotra, Yajna Yagadi, where we are using that mantra patana and all. Most of the mantras will get in the Ruk Samhitas, and those mantras are the properly written means in the beautiful manner by using chandas, sandhi, all the things which we giving upama and all. So by doing that chanting you will get the very soothing effect also. So that mantra samudaya and all which is useful for the Agnihotra, that homa havana doing purpose, those mantras we are getting in the Ruk Samhita. And Sama Samhita, this is the Padya Rupa, means Padya Rupa prayers for like Saraswati or Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, what we are studying, no? So such prayers and all will get in the Sama Samhitas. They are for the Gayanartha, that is Udgata we call, no? So Ruju Samhita means next one is Advaryu, means proper vidhi vidanas. So in that day only we have to collect these kastas only. For this havana, for Dhanvantari havana we need these all the kasta aushadhis. For other Gana Homa we need all this Navagraha Shanti Homa, we need different varieties of kasta, no? All those vidhi vidanas, when to perform, how to perform, who to perform and in which direction we have to perform, all those materials will get in the Yaju Samhitas. And Atharva Samhita, last one, that is just vidhivat sitting and doing the nirikshana. So means by sitting and observing the all those homa havanas also will get the proper that phala of that homa. So this is the important things. Before entering into the Mimamsa we are knowing these things. So Vedas can be subdivided into 3 parts: Samhita, Brahmana and Aranyaka. The Vedas, mainly the 4 Vedas we study, no? So, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, all the Rug Vedas. So we can classify them into 3 categories, that is Samhita, Brahmana and Aranyaka. Samhitas, just now we talked about the 4 Samhitas, that is it's related to the Mantra Patana, Gita and all, we are studying that. So Brahmanas means there the Yajna Agadi Karma Anushtana we are following, the detailed explanation how to perform will get in the Brahmana, that is Brahma Jnana, the proper knowledge. By doing this yaga you are getting this phala, such things we are getting in the Brahmana. So Aranyaka, by name itself you can understand, Aranya is the forest. So Aranyaka, here the rules, the vidhivat, how to live in that this Vanaprastha ashrama is the one of the ashrama, no? Like Brahmacharya ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama, Sannyasa ashrama, the 4 ashrama, Grihastha ashrama are there, no? So in when we are in Vanaprastha ashrama, that time what all the things we have to follow, such things explanation will get in the Aranyaka. So Vedas can be classified into Samhita, Brahmana and Aranyaka. So Aranyaka end part, so that is called as the Upanishad. So Upanishads means the end part of the Aranyaka. So Vedas can be classified into three parts, that is Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka. Aranyaka end part is called as Upanishads. So Veda, so these all are the Vedas only, no? Veda Anta, Vedagalanta, Vedanta. So Vedaka ending part, Vedanta. So that Upanishads comes at the end of the Aranyaka. Upanishads is a basic important granthas. This is like a Manasa Sarovara of Adhyatmika Jnana. So we'll get the each and every information about the Adhyatma level. So Upanishads word, if you check in the any dictionary, you will get that it is formed by the Upa and Ni Upasarga by adding Sat Dhatu. Sat Dhatu by adding a Quip Pratyaya to it. The Sad, this word if you check in Dhatu, the meaning you will get the three meanings, that is Visharana, Gati, Avasada. Visharana means Nasha, destruction. So by reading Upanishads, you will be benefited three way. By meaning itself, Upanishads meaning the Sad Dhatu, because of that only Upanishads word is formed. No? That Sad Dhatu is explaining you as a Visharana. Visharana of what? Ajnana. Because of that Brahmadjnana, Ajnana, we are not having proper knowledge. Because of that only we are running here and there. So that's that Ajnana, the Brahmadjnana, it is going to destroy by reading the Upanishads. Visharana, Gati. Gati here, it is not a movement. Gati means Prapti, Sadgati. So like that we will study, no? That Gati here we have to consider. Gati means Prapti. So by Jnana Nasha, we will get the Jnana. So Jnana, Brahmadjnana Prapti by reading the Upanishad. This is second benefit. And third benefit is Avasada. Avasada means Shithilata. So by getting the Brahmadjnana, the dukkhadi what manasika, the pain what we are having, that will become shithila. So because of that we will going to get the Brahmadjnana properly. So because these are the three benefits of reading the Upanishads. So Upanishads are the end part of the Aranyaka. So in by seeing all these things, you can classify these Vedas in two categories, that is Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda means actions. Karma means commonly action, no? So Karma Kanda, what are the Vidhi Vidanas, what they have explained are which comes under, that is Brahmana and Samhita, what in Rigveda, everything where we are getting the related to karma, action. This Vidana you have to do, this Yaga you have to do, this Havana you have to do, then you will get this Phala Prapti. Like the explanation what we will get, no? That comes under Karma Kanda. Dhyana. So Dhyana, the getting the knowledge, Brahma Dhyana, how? By doing the only Samadhi, the meditation, and by observing the Homa Havana Adi. The Dhyana Praptartha, what all the explanation will get, no? That comes under the Dhyana Kanda. So by these four Vedas we can categorize under two, Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. So this Karma Kanda is the main stressed subject of the Mimamsa Darshana. So now we are going to Mimamsa Darshana in detail explanation. So Mimamsa Darshana, it is mainly, it is a Sutrakara is Jaimini, Maharshi Jaimini. He is the Sutrakara. See, he is not a Pravartaka, because Mimamsa Darshana is the oldest Darshana. This is also known as the Purva Mimamsa or Karma Mimamsa, because they have given more stress to the Karma. That's why it's also known as Karma Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa and Karma Mimamsa. The Karma Kanda, what just now I told, no, that is giving stress by the Mimamsa Darshanakara. Jaimini is the Sutrakara, because this is the oldest one. In that era, the Bauddha Darshana was having a more at the peak level. Most of the people are follower of Bauddha Dharma, and they are the Nastikas. No, they always used to blame the Vaidika Vidhi Vidana, what I say. So this is simply they have told, which is not correct one. Like that, they tried to destroy the Vaidika karmas. So during that time, re-establishment of the supremacy of the Vedas. So to make a Vedas, to tell that it is correct, what our ancestors are told, it is correct, to tell that this is established, re-establishment of Mimamsa Darshana took place. That Sutrakara is Maharshi Jaimini. So mainly for to save the Vaidika Dharma from the Bauddha Mata Pracharakas, this Mimamsa Darshana arised. So if we see the Mimamsa Itihasa, who are important acharyas in the Mimamsa Darshana. So Jaimini, he is the Sutrakara, he is from the 300 Vikram Purva era, and after he wrote a Dwadasha Lakshani, the Grantha which is consisting of 12 chapters. That's why Dwadasha Lakshani or Dwadasha Adhyayi. This Grantha, they explained in detail explanation about the karma vidhi vidhana to get a moksha prapti, what all the things we have to follow, everything. The Mimamsa Darshana, what they are stressed more on karma kanda, no? That explanation we are getting in the this Mimamsa, that Dwadasha Lakshani. So if you see the 12 chapters there you will get the Dharma Purana Nirupana, Shabdantara Abhyasa, the Karma Veda Pramana Varnana, Shruti, Lingi, Vyakhya Prakarana. So karmas, what are the things we have to, Adhikarana, Atidesha, Uha, Badha, what are the things which are helpful in the getting the moksha prapti only. They are in detail, we'll get explanation about in the 12 chapters. So as it is explained in the 12 chapters, it is named as the Dwadasha Lakshani or Dwadasha Adhyayi. So other important acharyas comes under after Jaimini. Kumarila Bhatta. Kumarila Bhatta, he is the most important person of the Mimamsa Darshana. He is from the 7th century. So he wrote Shloka Vartika, Tantra Vartika and Tuptika, the three important granthas of Kumarila Bhatta. These among three granthas, Shloka Vartika and Tantra Vartika are the mainly, they disagreed the theories explained by the Bauddha Mata, and they try to prove the Vedic Dharma, which is correct one, that main Khandana and Mandana. So these explanation will get in the Shloka Vartika and Tantra Vartika. So these three are the very important granthas of the Kumarila Bhatta. Then next Kumarila Bhatta, Mandana Mishra will come. He is the Shishya of Kumarila Bhatta. He also wrote many books and tried to explain the Karma Kanda in detail, and he believed the Spotavada, means suddenly the Karya Utpatti takes place. That believes, that Vada he accepted, Mandana Mishra. If we see the Shankaracharya, that history and all, so Mandana Mishra is defeated by the Shankaracharya. When there will be debate competition, this Mandana Mishra and Shankaracharya stayed in the one debate competition, and there Mandana Mishra got defeated by the Shankaracharya. So he is the Shishya of Kumarila Bhatta. He mainly also stressed in the Karma Kanda only. So he is a Mimamsaka Acharya. So after that, Bhatta Umbeka, one more Acharya will comes. He wrote Tatparya Tika and Shloka Vartika of the Kumarila Bhatta. So after that, Jai Mishra, he is said as a Kumarila Bhatta's son he is. So he also gave importance to the Purvamimamsa only. So these all are the, these people comes under Bhatta Sampradaya, because in Purvamimamsa we study in two the categories. But followers of the Kumarila Bhatta are there, followers of the Prabhakara are there. So two acharyas are having the most important in the this Mimamsa Darshana. So here Kumarila Bhatta, Acharya Sampradaya, what they are follower, all these Jaya Mishra and all, they comes under here. Also other acharyas are Parthasarathi Mishra, Madhavacharya and Khandadeva Mishra. These all are comes under this Bhatta Sampradaya. And Prabhakara, next comes the Prabhakara. He is also important Acharya of the Purvamimamsa. He wrote a Laghvi and Bruhati. These are the Tika names on the Shabara Bhashya, because Shabara Bhashya is the one of the important grantha written by the Shabbara Swami about this Dvadash Lakshani, what Jaimini Maharshi wrote, no? On that only he wrote a Bhashya, that is called as Shabara Bhashya. And Shabara Bhashya, Prabhakara wrote a Laghvi and Bruhati Tikas. He also stressed more on the Karma Kanda only. And next comes the Bhavanatha, Nandishwara, Murari Mishra. So these all are the important acharyas comes in Prabhakara Mata, that is called as Guru Sampradaya. So they are the followers of Prabhakara the Acharya. So these all are the important acharyas comes under Purva Mimamsa. So next we are entering into the main tattvas. So what are the tattvas explained by the Purvamimamsa? Purvamimamsa explained the mainly their aim is the moksha prapti itself. To get a moksha prapti, what are the things we have to know, that they are explaining. So like padarthas, they explain the padarthas. when I just said no, Bhatta Sampradaya and Prabhakara, that Guru Sampradaya, two Sampradayas we study in the Purvamamsa. In Bhatta Sampradaya people, they accepted the 5 Dravyas, and Prabhakara, that is Guru Mata Sampradaya, 8 Padarthas they accepted. The 5 the Padarthas are the Dravya, Guna, Karma and Samanya, Paratantrata. These all are the 5 Padarthas accepted by the Bhatta. So Dravya, Guna, Karma, as like the Vaisheshika and Nyaya Darshana, how we will study, no, the same way they also accepted. Samanya, they said that is a generality which is present in the Vyakti, they said. And Paratantrata. Paratantrata is the nothing but the Samavaya of the Vaisheshika. The Paratantrata name only changed. The explanation about the same Samavaya only. Paratantrata is nothing but the Samavaya. So these 5 are said as the Padarthas by the Purvamamsaka, that is Bhatta Sampradaya. So that Prabhakara Sampradaya, Guru Mata Sampradaya, they told the 8 Padarthas along with this Dravya, Guna, Karma and Samanya. They accepted the Shakti. Shakti also one of the important Padartha they accepted, that one second. And Paratantrata also same they accepted as the same. Shakti, Sadrusha, Sankhya, these 3 are the extra Padarthas accepted by the Prabhakara Mata, that is Guru Mata. So there is little difference of opinion in the Purvamamsa people only. So some will follow the Guru Mata, some will follow the Bhatta Sampradaya. So that is they accepted 8, that is Shakti they have considered. It is Shakti is said as the energy, because they not believe the Ishvara Tattva. Shakti, the energy is the main cause for all the this Srishti Utpatti everything. So Shakti also they consider as the Padartha only. And next one is Sadrisha and Sankhya. So they not accepted the Abhava here. But in this one here, Bhatta Sampradaya, they accepted the Abhava. So in Prabhakara Mimamsa, when you study Dravya, no, Dravya along with the Navakarana Dravya, they also accepted the Andhakara and Shabda as a Dravya. But that is denied by the Jaimini. Jaimini not accepted the Andhakara as a Dravya. But Prabhakara Mimamsa, the Prabhakara Guru Manta Sampradaya people, they accepted Andhakara and Shabda also Dravyas. So after knowing this Padarthas, this is first Tattva explained by the Purvamamsa. The second one is Srishti, how the Srishti Utpatti has taken place. For that they accepted the Anuvada. So Anuvada means, Anu means here, this is not a Sukshma, it is not like where we get the explanation in the Vaisheshika and Nyaya Darshana, it is not like that. Here Anu means, they said the Netra Gochara, very minute particles which is visible but it is a very minute one. The Anu means which is visible but very minute one, like that they accept. And which is Pratyaksha, which is direct perception, it is possible, like that they explain. Then Srishti is Satya, they said. So like Shankaracharya in Vedanta Darshana, they said as Mithya, no, but Purvamamsaka say this Srishti is Satya. It is always present. So Srishti, the Utpatti and Laya of this Srishti happens only because of the Shakti only, which is because of that Shakti Padartha only it is possible. And Prakriti is Ananta and Anadi, they have explained here. Only Jiva will be taking birth and dying, but Prakriti is always present. It's a Srishti. About Srishti they explain, Anuvada they accepted and said it as a Satya. It is present, it is not Brahma, it is present, like that they explain. After that, Shakti is the one more important Padartha they explain, no? That is, we will study that. Shakti means what? So when Karya Karana takes place, no, that Sambandha, so that Shakti is needed. So Karanadintra Karya Utpatti aguva, in between. Like Karma Phala they have mentioned very stressed here, no? Before that Karana to Karya Utpatti, that energy is called as Shakti. Because example if you take here, plant is produced by the seed. If that seed only not having any energy, any Shakti in it, how it is going to produce the plant? This theory they explained here. Shakti means it is the energy. Without that energy, nothing is possible to emerge. So seed, if it is not having a Shakti of producing the plant, it is not going to produce. So that's why only Karya Karana Siddhanta is not only, that is a Samvaya Karana what we study, no, not only that. The Shakti is a compulsory, necessary point, important. That's why they gave importance to Shakti also, that is the energy. And important one more concept in Tattva they explained is Apurva. Apurva means, so that is the gap between the Vedokta karma and the benefits what we are getting, the fruit what after performing the karma, what karma phala what we are getting, that in between gap is called as apurva. This is the important concept accepted by and explained by the Purvamamsaka. Apurva is the gap between the Vedokta karma and its karma phala. That gap is told as the apurva padartha. Na purva iti apurva. Na purva means before it was not there, that's why it is called as apurva. Na purva iti, because of this shubha ashubha phala only, that papa punya what we are suffering, all those things because of this apurva only. This is the gap in between the karma and karma phala. So last fifth tattva is Atma, they explain. So Atma, they said it is a Chaitanya Vishishta. In other darshanas we study as a only Chaitanya Tattva, but here Atma they said as a Chaitanya Vishishta, and he is the Karta and Bhokta both. Aneka Atmavada they accepted here. So means every individual having a different Atma. This Aneka Atmavada is explained by the Mimamsaka. So Atma is responsible for the all the Sana and Rupa Parivartana. This is he is the responsible, like that they accepted. So Atma Jnana is the main aim of the this Mimamsa Darshana also. That means know yourself. This is the their theory. Atmanam Vidhi. This is the theory they always stress to know. So know your Atma, like that. After knowing the tattvas of the Purva Mimamsa, now we are moving to the Jnana Mimamsa. So Jnana Mimamsa, as I always tell, all the pramanas. So all the tattvas to explain, we need a proofs, proper pramanas. That pramanas will get in the Jnana Mimamsa. We are studying under the Jnana Mimamsa. So Kumarila Bhatta accepted 6 pramanas. He said Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Shabda, Arthapatti and Anupalabdhi. These 6 pramanas explained by the Kumarila Bhatta. So these are the like Pratyaksha and Anumana are the same like a Nyaya Darshanas only. Like Pratyaksha is having a Savikalpaka, Nirvikalpaka classification, and Anumana also like same the classification, and all the Hetvabhasa and all in detail explanation will study in the Jnana Mimamsa of the Purva Mimamsa. And Upamana, that is simile by Prasiddha Vastu, we are understanding the Aprasiddha, like Gaya, Neela Gaya. The example you always study in the Padartha Vijnana. So before you know the only features of the Gaya, which is seen in a cow, which we are seeing in the day-to-day life. When you went, when you are in the forest, that time you have seen the same, that 4-legged animal, 1 tail, 2 horns are there, like that. If you see, that is in the staying in the forest. No, that time by remembering the recalling the, you are comparing the which is present in the loka, so that in our village or any nagara, what we have seen, by seeing, remembering that prasiddha known vastu, you are understanding, okay, this may be the Nilgaya. That explanation will get in the Upamana Pramana. Shabda, the Shabda like Aptopadesha also, they have explained the Vakya as the Paurushaya and Apaurushaya. Paurushaya Vakya means words told by the sentences told by the Apta Purusha. Apaurushaya means Shruti, the Vedokta Mantra Patana, all those things comes under this Vakyas can be classified. So and also Vakyas are Siddharthaka and Vidhayaka, 2 sentences found in the Purva Mimamsa. Siddharthaka Vakyas means only Upadesha. So you have to do this one, like that Upadesha you are getting. Like Dinacharya what we are studying, no, that is Upadesha they have told. So the some sentences are that we have to follow this, such stressing one, Anushtana Preraka. So you have to do means you have to do such orders what comes, no, those sentences are called Vidhayaka, Vidheya. We have to follow that one. Such 2 sentences will get in the Shabda Pramana. The Arthapatti, see, means understanding the untold truth by knowing the half part. Like take one person XYZ, he is very obese, but he is not eating in the morning time. In front of the people, he is not eating, but still he is obese. The 2 different things, no? Then you will be getting confused. Person is not eating, but how can he be so obese, like that? By seeing that this one, you can understand, okay, the person is obese but not eating in the morning means they maybe the person is eating in the night time. So understanding this is called as the Arthapatti. Artha Prapti, which is untold. So in Ayurveda also we'll get the one sentence, no? That na naktam dhadi bunjayat. Night, nakta means ratri. In night one should not eat the curd. That means in the daytime we can eat. So that understanding the untold truth is called as Arthapatti. So this is also one of the pramana accepted by the Purvamimamsakara. And Anupalabdhi means Abhava. So here they accepted Abhava as a Swatantra Pramana. So which is Abhava, we all know about what do you mean by Abhava. It is having a Samsarga Abhava, Atyanta Abhava, all those things. So these all are the 6 important Pramanas accepted by the Mimamsakaras. That is Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Shabda, Arthapatti and Anupalabdhi. These are the things. Will detail explanation we will study in the Jnana Mimamsa of the Purvamimamsa. So after understanding this, so next moving to the Mulya Mimamsa, that is Kartavya Mimamsa or Achara Mimamsa, the third category. So almost that is explaining about the Nishreyasa, Moksha Prapti, how you are getting Moksha Prapti. That is Pradhana Uddesha is Dharma Vyakya. Dharma Vyakya means what? Dharma is the what? Which are the karmas, what we have to do. Homa Havana, by doing this one, you are getting the fruits of this Havana. Like that, by following the Dharma, which is our Dharma to follow the rules and regulations told by the Mimamsakas. If you follow this one, definitely you are going to get a Moksha Prapti. So they stressed only about the Dharmas. That is Vidhi, Veda Vihita Yagadi Karma is the Dharma. So Dharma, by following this Dharma, Dukkha Nivritti will takes place, then Moksha Prapti will be taking place. So this Vedokta karmas are, they classified into 3 categories. What are the Vedokta karmas here? What are the things we have to follow to get moksha? Kamya, Prati Shiddha, Nitya Naimittika. So Kamya with Kamana, the doing the karma phala, with accepting the fruit, that doing the Kamana. So I want to get a more marks like that, so that I will do this puja, I will give this much karniki to you, like that. But with the Kamana we are doing, no? Those karmas called as Kamya karmas. Pratishiddha means Nishiddha karmas, one should not do. So usually Garuda Purana you might have heard. This is specially mentioned related to the Shraddha karmadi things, no? So some people will think that one should not read it because the who are living, no, if you read something bad will happen. Like that some people will have opinion about it. Nishiddha karma. So such which is not told to do, such things are also comes under karma only. That is Vedokta karmas. And Nitya Naimittika karmas, the daily day routine life what we are following, the mantra patana, devata stuti, puja, all those things. Those 3 category of karma will come to know. To get a moksha prapti, these Vedokta karmas, understanding these are very essential. But Prabhakara, that Guru Mata Sampradaya people, without kamana we have to do our karma, then only will get the moksha prapti. This is the opinion of the Prabhakara, but Prabhakara Sampradaya peoples. So with whatever the things we are doing, so karma, according to karma, the yajna agadi karma or devata stuti, and doing the good things, the shubha ashubha phala thinking, if we follow all those rules and regulations explained by the Purvamimamsaka Darshana, then definitely we will get a moksha prapti. So once you do the dharma acharana, you will get Atma Jnana. If Atma Jnana will get, then Sanchita Papanasha. Even though we have did so many bad things in the previous life or previous in Purusharshaya, that will get destroyed. Sanchita Papa Nasha will take place. Then we will getting the Mukti from the Janana Marana Chakra. Then after that we will be devoured from the all the bandhanas, desires. So then definitely we are getting the Mukti. So complete Deha Mukti here. So bondings and everything. So it is like Paramatma Amsha only we are here. So like a web, if a spider you have seen means it will design a web, no? So after that some certain time period it will take itself inside that web what it is prepared, web designer, the what web it is created, no? That is take it by inside its body only. In the same way Paramatma, he will send his Amsha to the earth, that will after completing its karma phala, again he will take it back, like the same way spider how it will take it back its web, no? Same way. This is the explanation we'll get in the Achara Mimamsa of the Purvamamsa. So here they not believed about Ishvara Tattva and they accepted only Shruti, the mantra. Means they are not expected Murti and all. They not believed about that. Ishvara means it is he is having such signs and like that. Murti is there. Such bhujas are there. So many 4 bhujas are too many eyes like that. That explanation they not believed. Murti they not accepted. Statue and all. So they believed in the mantra rupa. This one. So that is only the Shakti, that is only the God, like that they believed. The Ishvara Tattva separately identity, we are not getting here. Only Shrotra Rupa, the what we are hearing, what mantra patana, what we are listening, no, that doing and all, that is the only God they believed. So here moksha word, one definition they have. Prapancha sambandha vilayo moksha. This is the definition given by the Purvamamsaka. Prapancha sambandha vilayo moksha. तो विलय मीन्स द प्रपंच डिजायर्स, जो भी प्रपंच में है उसके सबसे हम डिटैचमेंट होते जाएंगे, वही मोक्ष है. प्रपंच संबंध विलयो मोक्ष. दिस इज एक्सप्लेन बाय द पूर्वमीमांसकास. सो दे बिलीव्ड अबाउट द त्रिविध बंधनास, are detaching us from the Trivida Bandhanas. What are those Trivida Bandhanas? Bhogayatana Sharira, Bhogaya Sadhaka Indriyas, and Bhoga Vishayaka Padarthas. See, if you are detaching from these three, definitely you are getting the Moksha Prapti. This is a theory explained. So then definitely your next Janma will be not there. If you completely detach from these Trivida Bandhanas, we are not going to get a rebirth there. So this is explained by the and most of the things in Ayurveda also, karma we have accepted the most of the things, no, karma, naimitika karma and all, day to day life, what all the in dinacharya, what we have to do, all those we can correlate with the karma explained in the, because naimitika karmas also will get in the Purvamamsa, like a significance I am talking about. So after knowing these three categories, Tattva Mimamsa, Jnana Mimamsa, Achara Mimamsa, the influence of the karma mimamsa darshana, so the like mukti, moksha prapti, punarjanma concepts, all those karma concepts, dravya guna karma, almost those things same we are explanation getting in the in this Ayurveda itself, the same thing. Next I think time is going up, so next tomorrow I will engage the next remaining portion. Thank you.